Welcome to the Association of African American Museums African American Civil Rights Network Competitive Grants Instruction Module entitled How to Complete and Submit a AAAM AACRN Grant Application via Submittable. On behalf of the AAAM AACRN Grant Program Project Team, under the leadership of Drs. Vedette Coleman-Robinson and Turkaya Lowe, in partnership with the National Park Service, thank you for your interest in the AAAM AACRN Grant Program. The Association of African American Museums, AAAM, is a nonprofit member organization established to support African and African American focused museums nationally and internationally, as well as the professionals who protect, preserve, and interpret African and African American art, history, and culture. We are privileged to work in partnership with the African American Civil Rights Network, AACRN, created with the passage of the African American Civil Rights Network Act of 2017, Public Law 11504, to recognize the importance of the African American civil rights movement and the sacrifices made by the people who fought against discrimination and segregation. AACRN is established within the National Park Service, or NPS, who oversees the process for adding properties, facilities, and programs to AACRN. These must have a direct and verifiable connection to the African American civil rights movement. AACRN is not a competitive program. All properties, facilities, and programs that meet the requirements will be added to the network. AACRN membership is required. Without it, your organization will not be able to submit a AAAM AACRN Grant Program application for funding consideration during this year's funding round. You have visited the National Park Service website and submitted an African American Civil Rights Network, also referred to as the Network or AACRN, application. Additionally, you have received confirmation that you have successfully joined the network within the U.S. Department of Interior, National Park Service, African American Civil Rights Network. Once that's completed, it is time to sign up for Submittable. It's important to remember that Submittable works best on Google Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. If you are an Internet Explorer user, this browser is not supported. Please make sure you are using a browser that is supported by Submittable. You may visit https://blackmuseums.submittable.com/ to sign up by creating a free Submittable account, or you have the option of signing in with your Google or Facebook credentials. It is important to remember that the email address specified when signing up for your Submittable account will be used for all automated communication by Submittable via info@blackmuseums.org. So please ensure that info@blackmuseums.org is whitelisted or allow listed so you do not miss time-sensitive and critically important communication. Additionally, please check your email regularly. Sign-up is a two-step process. First, a Submittable account must be created. Second, check your email inbox to confirm or accept the creation of your new Submittable account. Then it is time to move on to eligibility determination. This is a brief questionnaire that enables you to ensure that your organization is eligible to officially submit a AAAM AACRN Grant Program application. AACRN members current as of the announcement close date indicated on page 3 of the NOFO are eligible. Past or existing SteelPeg AACR grant recipients, please take note. If you are a past or existing SteelPeg AACR grant recipient and are not currently an AACRN member, please submit a letter of owner consent to join the AACRN and a completed membership application. The AACRN membership will be verified as part of the eligibility determination and technical review stages of grant proposals. Any applicants not a member and/or not having submitted a complete AACRN application prior to the closing date of the NOFO announcement will not be considered further. As a reminder, eligible costs include survey, planning, collections conservation, and documentation of historic sites or events, the creation of interpretive and educational programming and materials, including oral histories, and although fundraising activities are excluded, applicants may request funding to hire consultants and subject matter experts. Select Submit to the right of AAAM AACRN Grant Program for the application period. Then you will be presented with the eligibility questionnaire, enabling Submittable to evaluate and determine eligibility. Only if determined eligible by Submittable will you then be accepted or approved so that you can move on to complete the final step. That is the AAAM AACRN Grant Program application. The grants to be awarded will range from $5,000 to $25,000. Next, this is where, once again, we want to take the time to fill out the entire AAAM AACRN Grant Program application, which will appear once again after eligibility has been determined. As you complete the application, it is important to remember the organization name must display the name of the AACRN resource that will benefit from the grant. After you have completed the application and it has been submitted, the only way to make changes will be to withdraw the application and resubmit. Of course, all of this must take place by the deadline specified in the NOFO. The project information heading of the application marks the latter half of the program application, and some very important information must be provided. Only then will it be complete. Lessons learned from previous rounds. A letter of owner consent must be submitted. If applying as a site, either show National Register listing or provide a State Historic Preservation Offices, or SHPO, determination letter, report, or eligibility worksheet. Reminder, sites also may be eligible as a facility or program, which does not require National Register listing or eligibility for membership. Although the application references property, even if applying as a facility or program, the 250-word project title section is required. The longer project description summary section must detail the resource's connection to African American civil rights, events and history, civil rights activists, and preservation, research, interpretation, and education of that history. Please be direct and concise. This is not the place to advocate for grant projects in need of funding. Applicants must be in the implementation, not planning or construction stage. In other words, applications may only be submitted when the resource is launched or active. In a separate browser window, please copy and utilize the approved AAAM AACRN budget form. Upon completion, download your budget form to your computer. The downloaded budget form must be saved in one of the following four formats: CSV, PDF, XLS, or XLSX. After saving your completed budget to your computer, You can return to the project information section of the grant application and upload the completed budget file in accordance with the instructions that appear in the grant application. This is clearly notated with, "Please upload the completed budget file." Regarding the timeline for application and award information, the total funding amount is $2.7 million. $5,000 is the minimum award amount or floor, and $25,000 the maximum award or ceiling. Please see page 3 of the NOFO for the application open and close dates. At this point, there will be no exceptions with regard to the published NOFO close date. AAAM anticipates sending funding notifications to the applicants selected for an award within 3 months following the application close date. If you have any additional questions regarding this grant, feel free to visit https://blackmuseums.org/AAAM-grants/. Additionally, you may email us at info@blackmuseums.org. Thank you for your time and attention. We wish you all the best as you move forward with your research and collections work and look forward to receiving your application.